Hello, I'm Lauren Draymond, Dimensional Traveler. Hopefully everyone's doing well today. We'll be doing just a little bit of the PowerWash simulator tonight. Yeah, yesterday I was just like, I'm not sure if anyone can relate. Talking Spider-Man. Well, that's doing better. Um, yeah, it's almost like I'm not sure if you ever had like your eye twitch. Felt like just, yeah, I'm not sure how to describe it. It's better today though. Yeah, I need to fix that. But 1 second. Yeah, so like I'm also planning to switch to OBS, but I want to pull all the things I use currently over, and yeah, it would take me a little while to get that set up. When I pulled everything over, it's like, oh, yeah, that's fine. I saw some of the posts. And, tomorrow I'm even doing scheduled tweets, at least three of them, and then probably some more other than that, but three like set ones. Yeah, I saw that you're almost like slowly just switching over to YouTube. Yeah, I'm just streaming all on all sides for now, all fronts. But yeah, so like the beginning of my little set schedule, or not schedule, um, my planning as far as like being more like one post I was like not sure who's interested in like storytelling, but on Arium at least I might start reading some of the short stories I have from a book I have, like post-apocalyptic horror in some cases. Not on here, but mostly on Arium because Arium's strictly chat anyways. So it's like, well, play some ambient lo-fi music. So technically, I could probably do on here too, but I don't know if people would want to like, or like, technically, it's from a book, so I'm not sure that won't be technically allowed. Um, yeah, I don't know the intricacies of that. Yeah, like two books I have. One's like Wasteland, Stories of the Apocalypse, and then I got like the second one of that. And some of them are kind of more interesting than others, and some are um, it's definitely not kids' books, that's for sure. Graphic in nature. It's the best way to describe it. I mean, it is horror. But yeah, essentially, I'm still planning, my birthday, like, all day stream. Of course, I feel like I also expand what games I play that day, but because literally I'll be like waking up probably 7 a.m. Maybe, yeah, I think 7, and then like start streaming like 9 a.m. and probably stop streaming till 10 at night. Of course, I have to stop occasionally to like eat or drink. I'm like, back to these messages. Like, one thing I haven't used is like my be right back screen. But yeah, that's the gist of it. Oh man, I'm so missing. Let me bring that up real quick. I feel like I'm missing something. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, kind of figured. Um, dashboard. Stream manager. I feel like something's blocking each other. I'm looking at like the Twitch thing. It's not even like letting the stream elements through. To let me know there's an ad break. But yeah, there's fun to start using the OBS, but let's see, let me bring this up. Oh, it would help if I have actually the game on. Of course, I also had like a situation where I was about to start stream and like my computer froze. I'm like, oh, my graphics card had a hiccup. Like happens when I try to open a bunch of apps or applications all at once. It's like it has a conniption. Okay. But yeah, I was saying I was story time. I was planning to do on Arium mostly because on Arium it's just chatting, but I'm not sure like the overall, you know, legality of me reading from a book I own. At least on like Twitch and stuff like that or YouTube. I don't think there's anything against it, but you really don't know these days. All right, let me get this. A post-apocalyptic book, a horror book, an ASMR. That would be interesting. I mean, technically, I could also do a bunch. I can do voices when I really put my mind to it. But I have to be like, all right, I need my caffeine. Let's hear one. I haven't had my caffeine. Like at work today, I kind of embarrassed myself. I did like a Russian. Yeah, I don't need it. That's why I'm like, yeah, no. But yeah, I was like, no problem, my friend. You're a good friend, yes. Because he was like, Dan's like, oh, you hurt me. Oh no, you okay? You okay? Yeah, yeah, yeah. You okay? I like. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I do it better when I'm like more focused on doing it. Um, it's when people like ask me to do it again. That's when I really screw up. Like, cause I get like when you put me on the spot or something like that. The coworker gave me the eye, like, what? So like I said, it just really depends on like my randomness. Like you ask me to do something like on cue, probably not. But if I have enough caffeine, I'm like, I'm gonna do it this way, haha. Let's see, back to this place. Continue job. Yeah, if I get enough caffeine in me, that's why I kind of like try to avoid caffeine at times or sugar. I don't know what really sets me off, but I can get really sporadic. Like if I get enough, I'll say mentally and kind of like practice, I can do voices a lot better. On cue, not so much. Like, and when I do it, I'm like randomly, I'm like, oh, it's really amusing when people kind of like randomly catch me in my random moments when I do stuff like that. Because I like, I'm not sure how to describe it. I lock into like a personality or persona or a certain catchphrases from movies or whatnot. And like when I say the catchphrase, I go all that like heavy dialect, and then like I said, they ask me to do it again. I'm like, oh, no, 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 that was a one-time thing. Of course, I also do a. I have a coworker who apparently doesn't like me saying their first and middle name and my stern tone probably throws him off because I'm usually so low. Then again, I also don't really curse, so that's another thing in itself. Because I always got amused when my brother was told to like curse and they would give him $20 because they really never hear us curse that often, even though we do. But by American standards, I'm mostly think is the difference. But yeah, when I probably on my days off, I'm probably finish up with OBS Because with the OBS system, like when it pulled it over, it literally jumbled everything together. I'm like, all right, it's been pulled over. Now fix it. Oh, and I did commission some art for my birthday. I guess it's like art and technically a background. We'll see if it actually gets done for my birthday. I don't think it's like anything too crazy, but I was like, well, let me just like have something just like because it's my birthday to like go with the theme essentially. And I showed him my PNG model, so it'll be, I think, more detailed because of it. But because eventually I also will get the PNG model rigged, which is a lot more detailed than this model. But this model is more, you know, interactive, moving around, stuff like that. And I got a good deal on it too, so couldn't really complain about it. Let's see. Well, it didn't cost too much either, so I'm like, that's good, that's good. As long as it doesn't cost too much. Could have bought like a few more games, so. But yeah, the post-apocalyptic games, like someone on my Arium stream just kind of like, that's been like tuning in as random as my Arium streams are, they're like, hey, you should do that. You have a voice for that. I'm like, sure. I don't know if it's a good storytelling voice, but I'm kind of like ASMR. Neutral. Oh. You're fine. But another thing with the storytelling thing is like the reason I'm kind of still hesitant is like, all right, if someone joins the stream, I'm like, I'm not gonna start over the short story, so because it'll just be me like constantly like, all right, we're gonna start the story again. I think at that point some people would just tune out because they're like, this this will never end. Let's see. I just remember like some of the stories I enjoyed reading, at least myself. You know, I got that classic book crease on them when you read a paperback so many times. I just remember like some of them were kind of like spooky. Would probably make some people's skin crawl. Let's see. And essentially, the one day before, yeah, the day before. That's where will be out with family at least. So that's why I'm like I can stream all day on my actual birthday because all the in real birthday festivities would be already taken care of. What do you mean? Okay. But yeah, one of the things with Arium though, also, I just gotta make sure like I get set up beforehand because I have to make sure my iPhone's like not frozen, but like really kind of like cold before I start to lessen the chance of me freezing using it. Because right now I'm using a very, very, very old iPhone. Not for on here, but for Arium, I have to use an iPhone. And I don't feel like yet spending money on a new iPhone. Why I'm using it like an iPhone, it's just an old one. So it's functional, it's just the phone has a heavy toll on it. I'm not sure if I ever talked about, like, or if you heard my story about my experience with Arium, but essentially the app, at least, does not work with Android phones. And I have like the latest Android phone. But no matter like what adapters or anything like that I tried. It was just not gonna happen. Like, I found a way to, because mostly was trying to hook up my computer to my iPhone or phone. That was the issue. So I got like all sorts, like, and they're really nice, like soundboard and stuff like that. The soundboard, I think I have to make sure to test it properly with things. Though on Arim, they really love the chipmunk voice I apparently make with one of the voice change options. Even though like it's listed as something else, they're like, no, it's just mostly the voice change. Even though it's like says baby for the voice change, like baby voice, I guess. Um, what they says, I sound like Alvin from the Chipmunks when I use it. They got a kick out of it. They're like, say something again. Because it has like 6 different settings on the device. And that's the one they kind of got the most kick out. Haven't really heard myself using it, so I just go off what they said I sound like. So that was mostly just kind of like, I can finally use this device that I spent actual money on. Especially since at the time I wasn't streaming it like on any of the platforms yet, just only on Arium, so. A lot of the people that use the chat on there kind of like vanished. Because some people were also kind of like, oh yeah, a bunch of people just kind of left Arium. Like, well, I'll stick to my guns for now. Once the 300 hours are up, we'll see. I probably will still stream, but it's very very limiting platform because you can't like show your screen or anything like that. The only thing you can really do is like, hey, come to my Twitch and watch me do this while I chat on here or something like that. For some of the things they suggested doing on it, I'm like, no, I think that's stupid, but you know, I forget like what I was saying it on, but at one point I was like mentioning like the water challenge, and I'm like, yeah, that's kind of weird, but you know, I guess some people would enjoy the water challenge, but it just seemed kind of stupid to me. At least that's my hot take on that. But yeah, I'm planning to keep this stream kind of short today at least, so probably a little less than an hour, half an hour. So I'm not straining my eye too much. I mean, it's doing a lot better than it was yesterday, but I can still feel it. Mm. Haha. Because a lot of people, um, like that I know at least, is like, oh well, they don't have it available in the UK or whatnot. I'm like, cool, I guess. Because I know like a lot of people from like Europe and stuff like that, so they're like, oh, we would love to tune in. Unfortunately, they don't let you use an emulator and like that, so not with their app at least. But yeah, if you want to do more the big walk, um, like at 8 p.m. or whatnot on one of your days, just let me know. Or earlier, if it's since it's just the two of us. Even if you want to do it like at 3, because that's your normal time for streaming. So just let me know. True. Take our time with the puzzles that way, and not feel like, all right, let's get to a certain point, so we feel like we have a good stopping point for the collab. And I might also be doing Helldivers too on my birthday. Still haven't played like it myself, so the new update. I saw you playing at least. Helldivers too. I was just saying that I saw you playing the new update, but I haven't logged into it myself. So I might play that on my birthday. Yeah, I recall. Because also it's one of those. It was very laggy when we tried to collab with that one at least, but it was still fun regardless. I just remember the infinite reinforcement lights. See how the week goes. So I think that grain rot game will be kind of interesting to play. It's one of the games I got bought on a whim, where I was like, this could be fun. Yeah, I'm hardwired, so it's, you know, it's all right in my opinion, being hardwired, but I'm not sure if like it's be all type situation. But overall, like my game streams are just kind of pretty open as far as like what times, as far as like planning goes. But for my birthday, I'll be just like, all right, I'm gonna play this first. I'll play this first or next until people are like, all right, we're free at this time. I'm like, okay, so at that time I'll be playing that collab. That's my mindset. So I just feel like posting like, hey, if you want to collab while I'm streaming, just let me know. If you want, jump in. Those like Twitter. Luckily, I haven't got any bots trying to hit me up. That's the one thing I really hate. Whenever like I see posts that like be friends, it's kind of hit and miss of them actually not being a bot. because I'm traumatized by the ones who do I've reached out to, and they're like, "Hey, you can hire this person for this or do this." Like, yeah, where does that affect? Figure into being a friend when you're literally trying to have me commission you. It's kind of like when I hired this one artist. So far, believe they're human. You know how that goes. I took a gambit and I'm like, but they did something that normally was a red flag to me, and I'm not sure if it's just me being traumatized or not, or if it's like a thing I'm not aware that like certain individuals actually do when that used so loosely the word friend. Like, mm, when they're like, "What do you think, my friend?" Or "What do you think, friend?" Like, oh, why you address me as friend? Like, so much trauma I think with that. So many bots do that, and I'm like, eh. But I didn't like spend a crazy amount on it, so it's one of those. Maybe it'll pay off, maybe it won't. We'll see. I mean, they showed a sketch that looks decent enough, but I noticed she had some ratings, so yeah, I think it was only like $40. I mean, it's not like 60 or $100, so I'm like, okay, well, let's see what actually happens. Yeah, and they're gonna separate it so like we'll have a drawing of like me and then like a background, and they'll have a version with just the background, so I can use it for like the actual stream. So I thought, oh, that's pretty nice. And if their art that I saw is legit, they do good work. So So we will see. As long as it's on time, you know, should have it before my birthday. That's kind of like with the, I don't know, shooting around subjects. With the ASMR, it's kind of like the same thing with when I do like certain voices and stuff like that. It's mostly as again that like mindset, you know, like of actually doing it proper, not just like trying to force it. Oh, well, I was saying earlier about the coworkers, like it said their first and middle name in like that dad tone, that stern like they're in trouble tone. And yeah, they're like, don't ever do that again. Like made them shrink a little bit. Like not cringe, but at the same time like not expecting that tone from me. They threw them for a loop. So, like I said, when I really get into like the mindset or randomly, it really throws people off when I do. And then they're telling me to like do it again. I'm like, it was just in the moment. I was in the moment. So yeah, like probably like on your non-stream days, if you want to do a big walk off stream, we can do that. Especially when I'm off. And I'm like, all right, I'm off. So I can start stream earlier and not be like, all right, I gotta go to bed. And they'll be like, all right, it's like, one or two. Like, all right, we can play and play for like however long we feel like playing that day. I stream this time mostly because this, like I get home like between 2 and 3, and then it's like, all right, you know how you kind of like settle in and just kind of like decompress. And that's pretty much what I do for like an hour or two, and then it's like, all right, dinner time. And then all right, stream Arium. All right, before I know it, it's like, all right, well, I gotta get ready for my game stream. Kind of like today, yeah, it's like, oh, we'll see if how things go, because also like, occasionally when I hear thunder, especially like that loud thunder, where like even with my earphones, I can hear, see, and like feel it. I'm like, okay, power might go out. I do have off like this coming Friday, so who knows? probably stop the stream shortly. Let's see. I feel like finish this booth at least. Really grinding up. Try a little bit more. I'm 1/5 of the way. Okay, welcome back. Yeah, it's all like your updates for about that. Thought about it myself, but still might do that, but we'll see. think it's like 4 days still to taking applications. Oh. Let's see. Gotcha. Oh, timed out. Yeah, apparently. Like, it only says, like, shows me the whole timed out thing on the actual Twitch Streamlab thing. I'm hoping OBS actually kind of tells me that by itself, or I think it does. Like, from what I saw, I think it should. But. And the thing with also, like, the models is, like, what type of models they're gonna have, ideally, and when they would have them. So that's a factor in itself. And I pondered applying myself, so I have to read your application in more detail. Oh yeah. I've also just seen some stuff where it's like weird. It's the best way to describe it. But yeah, like I said, I might have a look at your application form myself, but probably let's see. I might look at it tomorrow. Nah, wait till the last minute to do it, but I looked at your form earlier. I'm like, alright. I mostly looked at it on my phone. I'm like, let me, when I'm at a computer, and remember to actively read it through it. Okay, let me wrap this up. I'll finish this last thing. there'll be time to continue, but what to do. Quit. But yeah, that's the idea is see, look at your form, see what it actually says in more detail. But yeah, that'll be it for this stream at least. I'll be back tomorrow. You're fine. I'll be back tomorrow. Hmm. Oh yeah, I'll be sure to let you know if I feel like it's missing something or something's not clear. um, and I'll be back tomorrow. I've already scheduled some Twitter posts already, so because I feel like that's the best way to go about that for myself for now. Is the day before making Twitter posts. All right. Yeah, pretty much. And I'm still like, got to retweet and do the earring post and stuff like that. And if I feel like doing other posts too, so might just get flooded with posts from me. Who knows? Enjoy the rest of your night.